Welcome to the next episode of Marriage, Mess, and Margaritas. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jessica.
And I'm Alicia. And yes, we're actually drinking margaritas while recording this. Because how else would you talk about life, marriage, and chaos?
This podcast is our happy hour therapy. Just 3 women, 3 different stories, and a whole lot of real talk. No filters, no perfect Pinterest mom energy, just the mess.
We're all married, most days happily. And between the laundry piles, carpool lines, and late night what even is life convos, we realized we can't be the only ones needing a space like this.
So welcome. Whether you're married, single, mom and heart, or just here for the margs, we're glad you're listening.
Each week, we'll pour a drink and dive into real conversations. Relationships, mental health, mom fails, friendship, body image, intimacy, you name it.
And don't worry, there'll be plenty of laughs, oversharing, and probably a few spicy takes.
We'll also share listener stories, answer your questions, and maybe cry into our drinks once or twice. But it's all love here.
So grab a margarita, settle in, and let's kick off this beautifully messy ride together.
Welcome to Marriage, Mess, and Margaritas.
Let the chaos begin.
If this is your first time joining us, pull up a seat, grab a marg, and get comfy. You're in good company. All right, ladies, how was your week so far?
My week was pretty good. You know, we're doing some back to school shopping. Of course, my kids have to have new book bags. I don't know what's up with, every year. And I was trying to convince my youngest to just carry her sister's book bag from last year.
Oh,
my
no.
biggest would get the new one. And so now I have to get another book bag. But yeah, we did all the back to school shopping.
I think it does get easier as it gets bigger. Don't you agree? Because there's less things that they need. Besides clothes, there's less school items that they need, I feel like. Like, there's no list that you get in the middle of the summer of, hey, they need this many notebooks and they need this many pens.
Oh, well, that's nice.
They don't find out until that first day.
I'd rather buy the notebooks and pens in advance. I think high schoolers are definitely more expensive than elementary school kids.
The clothes?
The clothes.
For sure, yes.
The calculators that they need.
The what?
Calculators. What?
Keep going.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they don't want to use their tablets or whatever that they come home with, and they need their own Apple MacBook and stuff like that.
Oh, no. Well, my kids don't have any of that.
My kids all have graduated into a MacBook as they've gone into high school.
Oh, no. Mine use a little tablet they get from school.
Yeah, but definitely the clothes and the shoes and
clothes and shoes.
The Stanleys, all of those are extra expensive.
My biggest asked for a new water bottle this year.
Every year we get a new water bottle.
30 water bottles in our
every year we got to get new
cabinets.
Ones. Mm-hmm. My oldest is the worst. He loses the water bottles within like 2 weeks of school.
Does he do it on purpose so he can get a new one?
No.
Oh, it's just okay.
He just, who knows what he does. Leaves it somewhere.
But
That's
what they say in some
Someone
schools
took it.
Lost and found. There's $3,000 worth of
Stanleys. Yep, I believe it.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, we don't buy any school items anymore for actual classes until that first day of school.
Okay.
Besides for my little one, because I think she still gets a list, but my high schoolers, they won't know till that first day.
That's right.
What do they find out the first day? Like they need 3 binders and 4 packs of notebook
It's
paper
not
and
that
pencils?
bad. It's usually, obviously they go to school with a pen, but now everything's electronic.
Oh, that's true.
That it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So just new book bags every year.
New backpacks, new water bottles, new shoes, clothes, all that stuff.
I know. We have to do the clothes shopping next weekend. I did convince my oldest to carry an old lunchbox.
Oh, see, mine won't even do that.
We've got like 7 lunch boxes from the years. And they don't even take their lunch every day.
Well, mine are all taking lunch this year. Because my oldest won't be able to graduate until we pay his $1,000 debt.
So is he going to have 2 lunches again?
He better not. He better not. He gets 1 lunch.
What's the story behind the 2 lunches?
I haven't told you?
No.
So during...
Oh, you don't know it?
No.
I think it was during COVID that the schools were starting to do, when they went back to school, school lunches were free. So he was taking a lunch from home, eating the whole thing, and then eating a whole school lunch. Well, he thought he could do that, so he's been doing that for a long time now. And I think he thought it was free every year. Oh, no, ma'am. We've been paying. So we are $1,000 in debt.
Or not paying. Because they didn't know.
We had no idea. So speaking of finances this week, we have a huge debt before he can graduate. He will not walk until it is paid, was what we were told.
And what year is he going into?
He's a junior, so I got 2 years to budget this.
And hope he doesn't decide to get extra lunches this year.
Oh, he knows. He's getting a job this year, and he may be paying half of that. But yes. All right, it's week 5. We're cracking open the subject that stresses out so many marriages. Money. Whether it's budgeting, spending, saving, or straight up avoiding the conversation altogether. We've been there. So this episode is for the ones who've argued over grocery bills, snuck in an Amazon box, or just cried over their bank accounts. You are definitely not alone. And you might even laugh at yourself by the end of this one. Let's get into it. Alright, ladies. First of all, margarita of the week. And before we get too deep into our bank accounts and blow up, we are going to talk about what's in our glasses today. We are sipping on skinny margaritas. I like to think budgeting calories counts as well. So the recipe is a citrus skinny margarita, and we will share the recipe on our socials. But just a heads up, it is refreshingly simple and doesn't cost $15 a glass, so you are welcome. Alright, you guys ready? Let's just start with this. How were each of us raised around money? And how do you think it has affected us now?
So my dad was the saver of our family. I feel like he was always pinching pennies. Like we even stopped family vacations at one point in my childhood for quite some time because he wanted to save money. But my mom was the spender, and I think I get that honest. We used to go shopping a lot, as like every weekend we would go shopping for new clothes. And so I definitely like to spend money and go shopping myself, and I've had to kind of rein that in through the years.
How many were there in your house?
So my brothers are older, so they were out of the house by the time that we would go shopping.
So just you, and you were the only girl.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense.
I think my mom definitely was the spender, and she was a big spender. But growing up, I would see her hide receipts, hide bags, hide items that she bought. And as an adult, I think it's affected me a lot, where I still shop excessively, but I don't hide anything. I just lay it out in the open.
Okay. And I think my dad has always been a saver ever since I can remember. My mom, I think, would spend more, but my dad was always a saver. And I think it has affected me now as I save more now than I did when I first started working. Like when I was 19 or whatnot. At 19, I was just buying things.
Do you feel like you were more of a daddy's girl? Do you think that's why you save more like him?
I think I save more since we've had children because I think I'm thinking about them.
Yeah.
So
what does Matt think about you throwing all your bags out there? You come home with 20 bags.
Well, after he stumbles over the Amazon boxes and the Target bags, he says, "Did we really need this item?" And I say, "Of course we needed it. That's why I got it." But you know, when we first got married and had children, we were poor. There's no other way to put it. We were poor. So, you know, any little bit of savings that we had would go towards bills or towards diapers. There wasn't any wiggle room for anything. And then as we got older and the children got older, we changed careers and got further along in our jobs. And, you know, money wasn't as tight as it used to be. And I think that I made up for that. All those lost years where I couldn't spend money is where I'm spending money now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
And you always want to experience things with your kids. So I feel like, I think we're all guilty of, hey, let's plan this trip, or let's do this, or let's do that. And it's because we want those experiences.
You want our children to have those experiences.
Correct.
Definitely.
But at the same time, I want my kids to be humbled. and be grateful for everything that we have been able to provide them for.
I think I really enjoy planning all the trips because those trips were stopped for me when I was, I was probably less than 10. We stopped doing family vacations. And so then I didn't go to the beach again until I was in high school with one of my girlfriends and her family. So I guess I want my kids to not ever miss out on those trips, you know?
Right.
Or to not have the things that I wish I had, even though, I mean, I had a great childhood. I had things that, I had everything that
agree.
I needed.
I had a great childhood.
I just don't, I struggle with that, not spoiling them. And you're right, wanting them to be humble, but still having the nice stuff.
It's hard. And it goes back to, you know, social media and seeing all that. And yeah. I mean, you were saying your little one was, you guys didn't go on a cruise this summer.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the first time in a long time.
This is the first summer that we didn't go on vacations, but we stayed home and did summer camp after summer camp. And my youngest one said, "Oh, man, when I go back to school, I won't be able to tell the rest of the world that I went on a cruise this summer." And I said, "What difference does it make? You had a great summer." And she says, "It's just not right." Yeah.
What a humbling moment.
Yes, very humbling for me.
So in our marriages today, would you all say that you are the savers or the spenders in today's day?
Oh, I'm definitely the spender.
I'm the spender.
Are your spouses the savers?
I think Taylor wants to save.
Same.
But you would still classify them as spenders?
No,
he's not the spender. I'm the spender. He can't save because there's no savings to be saved.
Yes, that's kind of where we're at.
Because you were spending.
Yes, Taylor wants to save, but there's no money to save because I spend it. But I'm trying to do better. I turned over a new leaf this year.
I think I am the saver, but I like doing vacations, so I will definitely splurge on when it comes to, hey, let's do something.
Well, what do you think Nick is?
Nick used to be a spender, but I think we are both now savers.
Okay.
I think now we're like, we're getting old. We better start really, really saving.
Well, I'm wondering if it does change. So, I mean, I'm the youngest out of our group, and I'm wondering if it is gonna change.
Well, I've always been a saver, even when I was young, like your age.
But I'm thinking,
and she is not much younger, guys.
But like, okay, me and Taylor had a
You
really...
make it sound like you're like 10 years younger than us.
Well, I mean,
no. Anyways, go on, young chicken.
Me and Taylor had a really hard conversation this last month about money and like saving and like really trying to focus on getting stuff paid off and like where can we pinch those pennies and relieve some of that stress. And so I'm just wondering, I mean, I really want to start saving more, and I cut down a lot on my Amazon automatic shipments this past month. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm just wondering if things are going to change as I continue to age. If we will continue to, like, go into the saver role.
Well, I hope so for you young ones.
Yes, for the young people out there, please start saving as soon as you can, once you get out of diapers. But I think for us, you know, we've been married for the longest, and it waxes and wanes. You know, sometimes we're spending a lot, going on, you know, extravagant vacations, and then we come back and say, okay, we're saving, and we're cutting out Netflix. So,
Did you really cut out Netflix?
Well, we cut out...
When you go away on weekend trips to a whole other side of the country.
True. Yeah, Netflix doesn't matter after a while. But yeah, this summer we did cut off all of the streaming TV channels, including Disney Plus.
This summer?
Yeah, this summer.
So what do the kid, or the little one, I guess, what does she do?
She's been busy with summer camp, even though that's not as exciting as a cruise.
But that's really expensive too, a ton of summer camps.
Yeah, she doesn't realize that, but she's doing summer camp during the days, and then she loves YouTube.
Okay, so she's just on YouTube.
I see that she's really picked up her posting.
Oh my goodness, her posting
really?
on social media.
I only get the notifications because, my biggest started to want to do the YouTube stuff.
She's on YouTube, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check.
So it gives me notifications of everyone that she follows.
All right, ladies, do you remember the first big fight about money after you guys got married?
I don't think we ever had a big fight about money in our relationship. I think at this point, currently, we're having great discussions, but not any big fights. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say me and Taylor have never gotten into like a true fight. Never even like a true argument. But we have had very strong conversations. Yes, about how I like to spend things. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We have not had a big argument either about money, but just conversations. And when you set a goal of, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that, it changes what you're spending.
But I also know couples that keep their money separate in separate accounts. When we got married, we kept our money together. So when I'm broke, we are broke. He is broke. So when I have savings, he has savings. So we are always on the same page together. So we can't really argue with each other. Now, some of my friends that do have separate accounts, they frequently get into arguments for some reason. I don't know if it's just them and it's about money.
So that's a good conversation. Are you guys, so you share an account?
We share an account.
Do you share an account or are you? Same. We share an account as well.
But I know that there are couples out there that do separate. I've seen some that have a joint where all their bill money goes and then they each have their own separate.
I've seen separate where they you pay the car and I pay the house and I'll pay this bill, and that to me just seems so you're going to pay these bills, I'm going to pay these bills. Yeah.
I feel like for us it was a big trust thing. Like what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine.
Right.
Everybody looks at it differently. And I think through the years, we definitely, our arguments early on, I feel like in our relationship did have to do with the little spending. I would fuss because he would go get something at a restaurant for lunch instead of taking his lunch. And then I would go to work and I would buy lunch. And so it was those little just petty things.
But I think you also have to give us some grace because we all got married young.
Yeah.
So I think you have to think about, we were not, I think sometimes in other parts of other states now, women and men are getting married older.
Yeah.
So they have their career set. They've got their own houses. They've got all that. Where we grew up with our spouses at the same time.
Yeah. Because now that we're older, now we look at it those little expenses we each deserve to be able to spend little bits of money. Obviously big purchases we talk about, but little bits of spending is it is what it is, and we're fine with it.
No, I agree with that. Has anyone here ever hidden a purchase, ladies, or have you bent the truth about how much something cost?
I don't think I have bent the truth on how much things have cost, but usually it's in that moment that I come clean, where I'm like, it was only $50, and then he kind of looks at me and I'm like, okay, it might have been $150. But as far as hiding purchases, I've definitely done that. I've definitely hidden a box in the door.
Those Amazon smile boxes get me.
Yeah, I've definitely left Target bags in the car until he's gone to work.
Really? I have not done things like that because I don't spend.
I haven't in a really long time. In my defense, it's been a very long time.
Even on Amazon, at Christmas time. So I will say at Christmas time, Nick does get more strict. And he's like, no, Jess, each kid has to have a budget. And we need to know how much we're going to spend for each kid. So that is the only time that I start hiding boxes. They will be coming in and Nick's like, who's that for? And I'm like, don't worry about him. And I'm just trying to hide them so you can't see.
That's the perfect time of year to hide them.
At Christmas time?
Yeah, because then he wouldn't know who it's for.
Yes, but he knows the budget that he had in his head that he did not verbalize to me for our children is not working out. That is the time that my splurge is my kids. But, so funny story. A really good friend of mine who told me once that when she would go to the grocery store, she would get cash out and then would have cash, like, to do whatever she wanted to do. Like, she wanted to go to altars.
I never thought about doing that in my
Me
marriage.
either,
I did it in college.
have done that a few times now. Where I will go to the grocery store, I will buy some scratchies, is what we call them. And we get some lottery tickets. So now that we know we all came into marriage with different perspectives on money, let's talk about the actual meltdowns. The moments that made you want to scream or pour another margarita. All right, ladies, we talked about this a little bit. Well, what's a time money caused real tension between you and your spouse? Like any resentment, anything at all? I think for me, not that it's an argument, but I don't know, who does the bills in your house? Who pays the bills? Who organizes the bills?
I do.
I do as well.
I used to, but it stressed me out. So now everything's on auto draft.
Okay. So I have a lot on auto draft, but I still handle it all. Like, my husband is the type of, hey, I'm going to go get lunch. Is that okay? Because I'm the one that does all the bills. Yeah. And sometimes when he sends me a text, I'm like, I hate that he sends me a text because he works just as hard as I do. So if he wants to get lunch, he doesn't need to ask me if he wants to get lunch. So sometimes I'm like, just go get it. Like, you don't have to ask me. But I'm the one, I will tell you, he does not look at the bank account at all. He can go weeks, months without looking at the bank account, where I look at it at least twice every day.
Taylor does the same thing. I budget, I do the money. Now, he doesn't ask me anymore if he can spend money on, like, lunch and stuff, because that was, like, not necessarily a fight or an argument, but, like, that was, like, one of our discussions that we had several years ago, was where I had said that, like, I would order out at work and then I would fuss because he ordered out. We kind of came to terms at that point that, you know, you don't have to ask for things like that.
Correct. Yes, you don't.
Yeah, and if we're tight on money, then I'll tell you straight up when I start to do our budget, like, hey, we're tight on money. Right. Neither one of us are going to eat out.
Right.
But yeah, he could go weeks without looking at the bank account and not think twice about it.
Yeah, neither does my spouse, and I don't understand that. Because me, it's like first thing in the morning when I wake up, check the account. Before I go to bed, check the account. If I haven't checked it, most of the time it's been 3 times I've checked the account.
Oh goodness. Okay, I'm not that bad.
I
do it at least daily just to budget and make sure the things that are on auto draft come out like they're supposed to, and there's nothing that should be paid that hasn't been paid yet for the week.
Right.
I think I check my bank account maybe 2 to 3 times a day.
Okay, see?
Okay.
Because it's a surprise when something gets auto drafted. So I'd like to know about it.
Is it a good surprise?
Never, when you're giving away money.
Is it because you forget the dates of the auto draft?
Yeah, I don't know. We have everything on auto draft. I have no idea what comes out, when it comes out. I just know it comes out.
So do y'all do any type of budgeting? Like I use an app that has all of our bills, all the dates, all the money, and then like I have AP beside them to know if they're on auto payments.
Oh, you'll have to share that with me. We don't do that. It's Russian roulette in our house.
Russian roulette? What does that mean? It's just like...
when you swipe the debit card, it may or may not go through.
So you just hold your breath.
Hold your breath, say a prayer, cross your fingers and your toes, and hope that the transaction's going to go through.
Okay, do y'all ever overdraft and not know it, or overdraft and you like have a freak out moment because you look and you're like, oh crap, we went into the negative?
I think the first time we overdrafted, it was like, oh crap, we're negative. But you know, the 4th and 5th time after a while, you just get used to it and it's not that big of a deal.
I wish that I could be that. I'm telling you, I wish that I could just be that. I think I said it last week, just okay with everything.
There were times when Nick and I, when we first got married, where we would go to the grocery store and be like, oh my gosh, please just go through. And just hoping and praying. And then I had this moment recently, like a couple months ago, I forgot my card and I do not have it attached to my phone and I never have cash on me and I have like $21. So I'm literally counting everything in the card because I'm like, what am I going to do? And I had my son with me and I'm like, nope, can't get that, bring it back.
Oh.
I'm like, we're gonna have to count this. And he's looking at me like I have like 5 heads and I'm like,
We've always kept like a little, like we don't have a whole lot of savings, but we have always kept just a little cushion so that when we do overdraft, it'll pull.
Yeah,
and then
of course.
Anytime we have like a little extra money, we refill that kind of cushion. Because, yes, we have gone in the negative, and I freak out. If I see red on that screen.
It's awful.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, crap, when's payday?
Right. Yeah, but then you're already behind on payday, so it's terrible.
Yeah.
I remember that being first married and seeing that, and it was awful. Terrible feeling. Maybe now that's why I check my account 3 times. But the good thing is I don't have, which Nick does, he has alerts pop up from the bank of, hey, you just spent $16. Hey, you just spent whatever. Oh, wow. I don't have that. So at least I don't have that because I think I would go crazy. But he does have that, and he doesn't even check it.
Oh, I was going to say maybe that's why I didn't look at the bank account.
No, because he's not paying attention to that. Yeah, he's not paying attention. He just knows, hey, Jess has paid all the bills. Everything is fine. Mm-hmm. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have ours set for big purchases, but no, I would go crazy if I had an alert every time a penny was spent. Mm-hmm. That's how I am. Anxiety.
I mean, and it will be like $4.99 Apple Pay, and I'm like, what is this? Even today, like instantly I get it, and it's like, what are you doing? Looking at the bank, and I'm like, well, what is it?
We cracked down. So I was saying this past month, we were really cracking down, like trying to figure out where we could save and pay extra towards stuff and all that. And so we closed some of our accounts that we probably should have never opened in the first place. And Taylor was kind of going through the purchases before he closed it. And he was like, what's this $8.99? What's this $15.99? Mm-hmm. This is going to Apple. What is this app?
Correct.
What is this?
That Apple stuff.
Like, oh, man, because it's set up to your card. And so when I just subscribe, it just goes to you. I was like, just close your whole account down so that we don't have to go through and figure out what is set to be paid with the account. So that's what we did. We closed it down, and I guess if I try to open an app and it doesn't open, I'll know that it was on his card.
We actually are contemplating budgeting for maybe the second time in our lives during our marriage. I think getting ready for Christmas and back to school. We'd like to have just a little bit of a cushion.
It's always good to have that cushion. I feel like, things pop up, things happen.
Even if it's just $1,000, like that's... Yeah. Just to have, that'll cover, like, if you need a new washer, if you have something with your AC, something happens with your car, like, it's just enough to get you through if you need a pull from your overdraft. Because you go negative.
Yeah.
So has money ever affected your emotional connection? Like that resentment or feeling unsupported?
I think that it's never affected me emotionally in our relationship, but I think maybe some of the bigger items that I purchased that I wanted and didn't need probably affected my husband a little bit.
Now, will he talk to you about, like, if a big purchase came in, is he going to say, Alicia, why'd you buy this, and talk to you about it? Or he's just like, we didn't need this, but whatever.
The second part. We didn't need it, but whatever.
Do you think that affects his intimacy? Like if he sees, the more he sees comes in, the more he's like, I'm just not in the mood?
Not at all.
Okay, well that's good.
That is good. Because I definitely think money affects our intimacy. Like if we're stressed out with money, then neither one of us are in the mood.
See, I don't feel like Nick ever stresses out about money. And I don't know. I think it's been both sides. I think if I've stressed out, Nick is calm. If Nick ever does stress out, I'm the one that's like, it won't work out.
I would say we have that role too, where usually if he stresses out, then I try to like be the voice of reason. But usually if he is stressed out, it is because I have then finally vocalized my stress.
Right.
And then he's like, oh crap, why didn't you tell me this 3 months ago when it started bothering you?
Yes.
You waited 3 months.
Correct.
So I don't do that anymore. But I definitely did that like early on in our marriage. I would bottle it up and I'm like, oh no, I've got to figure it out. We've got to get through this. I can do this. And then it'd be 3 or 4 months down the road and I'm like, okay, babe, we got to talk about this. Then he would get stressed and kind of, then that's when the stress would set in for both of us.
So besides communication, what would you say are some things that make the money convos a little less painful or even productive? For me, it's having to be honest with Nick of, hey, we both need to sit down and do bills. Like, it cannot just be one person doing it, because I felt like that was a lot of pressure on me. And then I didn't like getting the text of, hey, I'm going to go get lunch. Is that okay? Because it was like, if you did the bills with me, you would know. Go get lunch. So it was more like, I need him to be a part of that. I don't want him to just be like, yeah, everything's paid for. Jess has got it all handled. So that's been my big thing is communication together and budgeting. And when there's a big purchase, like we are working on getting a gym right now. Our boys really want to get a gym. We have budgeted for this gym. This is what we're doing. When it came down to that, yes, we were both on the same page. We both did it. When it comes to vacations, we 100% are on the same page about it. But little things like back to school shopping right now for the kids, I will handle it. In my own head, I have a budget for each kid of what I'm going to spend on school. School, like, clothes. Mm-hmm. Where he would have no idea if he took our boys shopping. He would have no idea how much to spend. So that's been our big thing is talking and sitting down and being like, okay, this is what they need. This is what we're going to go get.
I think for us, the communication's been a big thing for us too. I think through the years we have learned to talk more about it. I have learned to not bottle it up for 3 to 4 months and then tell him how I'm stressed. We kind of talk about it right in that moment. And then I've stopped hiding my purchases. I definitely just up and tell him, this is what I got.
That was me this past Christmas. I was like, nope, we're just getting them gifts. And I was good about it. I tried to spend the same amount for each one. But also, as they get bigger, you will see the items get more expensive.
Yes, they do.
So it's less items, and they're more expensive.
Yeah.
So it does change at Christmas time. And like this past Christmas, my middle boy just wanted sneakers, but each shoe that he wanted me to buy is about $200.
Each shoe is $200?
Each sneaker pair that he wanted are about $200.
I was about to say, okay.
And he had like 6 pairs of shoes that he wanted me to buy him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes.
My oldest wants new shoes for school, and they're like $175.
Yeah, exactly.
My littlest one wants a pair of shoes that are $170.
Exactly. They're all $200 now.
The Air Maxes.
They're not they're the On Clouds. They're green.
Yes, yeah.
My oldest wants the Nike Air
The
Maxes.
On Clouds. My boys have Yeezy slides that they got for Christmas. They've got all these. Oh my
goodness.
All these shoes. And of course, if one gets them, both
they got all.
Everyone has to get them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some things that have helped us with our budgeting and everything is to budget in fun money. That's that guilt-free splurges that we have. My husband came home today with those meta glasses. That's what they're called.
He got them?
He got them.
Now he got them himself or you bought them for him?
I had no idea he was getting them.
What?
I had no idea. So I said, I've been wanting these pots and pans that cost about 3 times as much as those meta glasses. I think I'm going to get them. And that's what he did. He laughed too and covered his face. I had no idea he was coming home with the meta glasses. And I said, how much did they cost? And he said, $200, maybe $300. So as he's making up numbers, I am looking on the website trying to find me a matching pair.
So you're getting some too?
So you had talked about getting him a pair.
Yeah, I know.
For the longest time.
I remember this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. And it just went on the back burner, and he came home with them today.
He just decided he wanted to get them.
He just decided he wanted to get them, came home with them, and as he's talking to me and opening the box, I'm on the website literally at the same time. I'm trialing on a pair of glasses virtually.
Do you trial them? Oh.
Virtually, yeah. You can try them on online.
So did you order some?
I did not. I got distracted.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you did.
Yeah, I will. I probably will. If he plays with them enough and entices me, then I will splurge and buy a matching pair.
Why not get you pots instead?
Well, I thought about that. The children are all in their cooking phases, and I don't want them to ruin these, $1,500 pots.
Right.
Only $1,500.
Those glasses are not cheap, though.
They are not cheap, but they look pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well get the pots and pans and then splurge on the glasses.
I should get both. You're absolutely right.
Oh my goodness. Guys, we're talking about saving.
So, guys, if you are listening and feeling like you're never going to get on the same page as your spouse, trust us. It is possible. It's not perfect, but it is possible. Here's the thing. Money is never just about money. It's about control, safety, trust, communication, and it can trigger all the feelings. But with honesty, a little grace, and maybe a shared margarita budget, you can totally get through the mess together. We've learned it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to start over, and it's okay to ask for help. Money can make or break a marriage, but learning to communicate about it can change everything. Don't be afraid to have those hard conversations. It may just bring you closer. Next week's episode is a spicy one. In-laws and boundaries.
Ooh.
From holidays to opinions you didn't ask for, we're talking about how to love your people without losing your mind or your marriage. You're going to want to tune in.
So here's to love,
Laughter.
And surviving the mess.
One margarita at a time.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and find us on social media. Don't forget to share us with your mom friends who could use a little reminder that none of us have it all together.
Marriage, mess, and margaritas. Life's a mix and it'll never beat us. Raise your glass, it's time to cheer. The wildest stories, you'll hear them here.